What's up and welcome back to my channel. First of all, I just want to say I'm really sorry, I'm looking in a really weird direction because I am recording this on my iPad and the camera is right here and I'm just looking over here. So anyway, now that that is out of the way, today's video is going to be about markers and fine liners. So I'm going to give you some tips on how to use your markers and some tips for your fine liners. So here is my list. I don't normally write a list, but today I'm being organized. So first thing I want to say is if you're using markers, the best thing you can do is actually use a fine liner that is waterproof. And the reason why you want to do this is because if you don't use a waterproof fine liner, all of your lines are going to just smudge really badly as soon as you colour with your pen. You're going to go over the lines and they're just going to go everywhere and it's going to ruin your whole drawing, because this has happened to me so many times. So make sure you use a waterproof fine liner. There are a couple of different markers. There are a couple of different fine liners that I like to use. This one is a Pilot drawing pen, and the other fine liner that I like to use, I don't think I have one with me, is a graphic fine liner, which I think is spelled Graphik, but I'm not sure, but I'll double check. So that's the other one I like to use. The thickness that I like to use for my drawings is 0.3, as you can see here. And the reason why I like to use a 0.3, I generally swap between 0.2 and 0.3 because I find that I don't want my work to look too cartoony, and this is just my personal opinion, but I think the thicker you do your lines, the more cartoony your work looks depending on your style. So if you want it to have more of an intricate kind of feel to it, then use a smaller fine liner. So yes, I usually use 0.2 to 0.3. If you do want to use thicker lines, just go higher and still make sure that it's a waterproof pen. So, another thing is when you're doing your liner, if you use pencil first and then you use your lines, make sure that you rub out your pencil lines first, because if you don't rub out your pencil lines and you go in with your marker, it's going to smudge and go all over your work. I've done this so many times with faces, once I've drawn a face and I don't rub out my lines properly, and then it's just a mess. It just gets everywhere. It's really annoying and it ruins everything. So make sure you rub out your pencil lines. Another tip, this is just how I personally like to work, is work from light to dark. So when you're colouring, let's say a face or clothing, do your light colours first and then go over your light colours with your dark colour, and this actually makes blending a lot easier. And if you decide you want to change colours, it's a lot easier to go over a light colour than it is to go over a darker colour. So use your light colours first and then go over with your darker colours. Another thing is, if you're completely new to markers, I'd recommend experimenting with them a bit on a separate piece of paper, and also just buying a couple of the different marker brands and just seeing which one you like the feel of, and which one you like. So I personally like to use Copics and Pro markers. I've always used these, and for me personally, these are just the ones that I think are the best. So I use Copics and Pros. I really love Copics the most, but these are significantly more expensive than the Pro markers. So I do generally tend to just go for the Pro markers, and I think they are as good, but yeah, the colours are quite different. So with your Copic markers, there are different Copic markers you can get, but with this one you get a brushy nib, and you also get a block one. And then with the Pro markers, there's two different types. You can get this one, and you can also get one that has the brush tip. I personally really love the brush tip markers. I think they're really good because they have the point and you can get into places, and it's really precise and it just looks really neat. Also, another thing, in my personal opinion, you don't need a blending marker. Like, I hate using the blending markers because I find that it just like gets rid of any ink. So if you've tried to use them before, like, you can experiment with these, but I find that when I try to use the blending marker, instead of actually blending, it just gets rid of the ink that I want to be there. So I don't like to use those. And yeah, I think that's it. Like, I think one of the things to remember is there isn't really a right or wrong way to do stuff. Like, the best thing that you can do as an artist is experiment. Like, just try, like, just buy a couple of different things, like buy different papers, and just like try them out and just see which one you like the most. So yes, I hope you find this video helpful, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.